Hi, I'm Tim Konkle. I'm with Hansel Cadillac in Santa Rosa, and I'm here to talk about the '08 Motor Trend Car of the Year, which is the Cadillac CTS. Obviously a very beautiful vehicle. It's been in great demand, and there's a lot of things about this to talk about, but I'm going to start right here at the front end. One of the main things that people really like about this is the adventurous lines and the way it looks completely different from the prior CTSs. In fact, a source from Motor Trend said that this is the best Cadillac they've made in 50 years. So it just really stands out against the other Cadillacs on the road. You can just see by the way the fenders are flared in the front here, and there's aggressive cuts along the hood. If you just run your hand along it, it's just a beautifully designed vehicle. One real standout attribute about this is the egg crate style front grille. It actually serves a lot of purpose because it directs air into the engine and keeps the engine cooled, and it also directs air towards the brakes, which allow the brakes to have reduced brake fade, more stopping power, and it's just one of the many things about the vehicle that make it such a great thing for people. The front lights here, it's a xenon headlight design, the really bright lights that you see on the road. When you take a corner, they actually track with you, so you're always going to have really good visibility. Cadillac is very big on safety features of the vehicle, and that's just one of the many. Another feature about this is they've made really excellent use of LED technology. There's light tubes here that accentuate the front of the car, and there's all kinds of LED accents throughout the vehicle that really help it to look different than a lot of cars on the road today. Another beautiful attribute about this is you've got a lot of chrome accents here that really stand out against this beautiful white paint job. And the front of the car is something that always gets compliments. If I take this to a gas station to fill it up for a customer, I'm almost always asked, what vehicle are you driving? And it just creates a lot of excitement, a lot of interest. There's two different motors that are available. One is a 3.6, 256 horsepower V6 engine, and that's the base model engine, which is plenty of horsepower, but if you opt for the direct injection, you can actually go up to 304 horsepower, which is a significant advantage and just allows for a more sporty drive. Moving around to the front part of the car here, there's a lot of thought that went into this Cadillac. I mean, GM spared no expense in designing this vehicle. They spent a lot of time over in Germany. They drove it all over California, Michigan, every condition you can imagine. And it comes with either 17-inch wheels or 18-inch wheels, which you're seeing here. This is an 18-inch polished aluminum wheel. And the oversized rotors here allow for better stopping power on the vehicle. This actually has a two-caliper design, so two-piston design where it stops the car a lot quicker and applies two pressure points on the rotor. So you're going to have a lot of stopping power with this vehicle. You're also going to have three different suspension levels. There's an FE 1, 2, and 3 level suspension, with the 3-level suspension being the sportiest and firmest ride. And a lot of people opt for the FE2. It's just the one in the middle. It's a real comfortable suspension, keeps a lot of the road feel out of the car. These type of accents, as I said, they're not cheap accents on the vehicle. There's nice chrome accents on here. This is not plastic. It's a die-cast metal that's merged into the form of the vehicle, and it just tends to flow really nice with the lines moving back towards the passenger compartment. The mirrors on the vehicle are designed to be breakaway mirrors, so if you had to go into a tight space, you can adjust these to fit in there better. It's a nice feature in that regard. And then standing back just from this side, if you were to run your hands along the vehicle, again, very bold, adventurous lines, and this is one of the things they talked about quite a bit when they did reviews on this vehicle. You can see starting right here at the front quarter panel and running all the way to the back, there's just a real significant line along the bottom of the car that really makes it stand out, and it kind of helps the vehicle flow towards the back. Very comfortable premium technology in the interior of the vehicle. There's a lot to talk about with that. But just moving along to the back of the car, you've got plenty of rear passenger room and room behind the driver there. You can see the rear fender as well as flared, which gives it a really nice profile. When you're looking at it from the side, the front, or the rear, it really stands out and actually gives it a little wider stance in the back, which assists in the steering and in the performance of the vehicle. That's one really nice enhancement with the CTS of '08. Again, the lines just flow towards the back of the vehicle here. One thing you can notice about the back of the vehicle that's significantly different than the prior years is that they've reconfigured the back end to expose two tailpipes that are chrome tipped and really give it a sporty, aggressive look on the vehicle. A lot of people that purchase this vehicle love the way the tailpipes look and they talk about it. You've also got really significant lines here. You have a cut here, it comes to a point here, and it cuts over. And you've used the LED technology once again by extending this little brake light area here and the side brake lights. And they actually build in little light tubes. And there's very few vehicles that have that type of accent on the road, so it really sets the CTS apart from other vehicles. Looking at the interior of the vehicle, there's quite a bit to go over. The bottom line with an interior of this particular Cadillac, similar to all Cadillacs, is that it's a very intuitive design and it's made to be easily customized for anybody that drives the vehicle. You've got steering wheel controls here. You have an onboard information center that can tell you everything you want to know about the vehicle in regard to how much oil life is left, any transmission issues that may pop up. You're going to get a code thrown and you're going to know exactly what's going on early. And you also have a 40 gig hard drive option in this vehicle where you can store thousands of songs in it. You can actually pause and play listening to the radio station, similar to a TiVo. And you have a nav screen that's an 8-inch display. It's a touchscreen nav that's easily visible from the back seat. And you also have sport shifting available while you're driving the vehicle. So you can imagine a scenario where you press a button and you say Chevron gas station, you're mapped to the Chevron gas station, and you can upshift and downshift without the use of a clutch on the way there. There's a very nice layout. It's brushed aluminum, brushed metal on the interior. That's brand new for this model, and they've completely redesigned the interior of this vehicle, so it creates more legroom, more dashboard space, and gets away from the older CTS models that are just more of a wall interior. So there's so many things about this that have changed. Independent climate zones, cruise control, adaptive on the steering wheel, and of course you get OnStar for 12 months with this vehicle. So you can see with the nav system here, again, it's a 40 gig hard drive, very extensive for any nav system, and it integrates very well with the audio system. You can easily toggle back and forth from audio where you get XM radio for 3 months complimentary. So many things you can do with the nav system, but for instance, you can choose a point of interest from any place you're located. You can say, I want to find where the local gas stations are, and then you can ask the nav system to find those for you. You can go to the Chevron, and if that's one of your preferred gas stations, that location, you can press it. It's actually going to come up for you like that. You can add it to your address book with a simple touch, and it'll actually give you the option to add a voice tag as well. So I'm just going to press Add Voice Tag. I'm going to press Start. Chevron. It's going to record the gas station that I've listed in there, and then I can, from any time if I'm in the audio screen and I want to go to Chevron, I'm just basically going to press this button. Navigation, Chevron.
Navigation.
Chevron. You're going to see Chevron come up. You're going to confirm that that's where you're going. You have the option to either call Chevron from a hands-free that's integrated with the OnStar system, or you can simply press Go, and it's going to calculate your route, give you 3 choices, quickest, easiest, or shortest, and you basically press the route, and you can start your guidance, and it'll tell you exactly where to go. If you should take a wrong turn, it's going to recalculate your position automatically.
Proceed to the highlighted route.
You can also go into audio, and as I say, there's a high definition capability where you can plug in an MP3 player or an iPod. You actually have a section here where there's a USB port and an auxiliary in jack, and what it's going to do is it's going to put your iPod information right up here. You'll be able to go through your catalogs and different songs. You can also record them into there. And again, if you were listening to a radio station, you have a pause and play feature right here where you can simply press pause, and it's going to record that station up to 60 minutes for you. So if you're listening to a news show or a song you really like, you can get back in the car after you run an errand, you can press play, and it's going to pick up from where it left off. There's various menu options as well. You can go through the menu here. You can choose all different styles of music that you want. You can configure your radio or your nav system for any of your custom presets that you want. It actually has an automatic volume control option, so if you're driving down the road and you roll down the windows, it's going to automatically adjust the volume, so you're going to maintain the same level of volume whether you have the windows down or 4 people in the car talking. Just one of many cues that the Cadillac has tuned into that allows for an extensive amount of customization for their drivers. You have independent climate zones here, and one of the awards that was given to Cadillac was actually for reconfiguring the center console so the passenger felt more involved in controlling their temperature settings, their vents, and having their own compartment that almost seems separate completely from the driver compartment. You also have heated seats that are available on this, so if you were to press the heated seat, it's going to come up and give you 3 levels of heat: high, medium, and low. And that's really a nice feature with the remote start, because you can actually start this vehicle and have all your settings saved. So again, this is Tim Konkle with Hansel Cadillac in Santa Rosa, California. Appreciate you listening to a little bit about the vehicle. Myself or anybody here would be happy to show you more. We're always available for questions. If you want to call or stop down, we'd be happy to see you. Appreciate your time.